spring brings more than just the Phipps Flower Show. More people are heading outside to exercise or starting up their favorite sport again.
This can also mean a wave of injuries, especially if you're one of my children this season. Kathleen, Nachazel, and Townsend with the UPMC Sports Medicine Department are here to talk about how to avoid getting hurt and the importance that role sports play, trainers specifically. What training services does UPMC Health offer? Because I think that this is so important because a lot of people are getting into new sports also and aren't sure exactly how to get ready.
Yes. So Jesse and I are athletic trainers. We represent UPMC Sports Medicine. We have about 200 full-time athletic trainers between Pittsburgh, Erie, and Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
And I love this. You guys actually provide trainers to schools in the area as well. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, and I think when we think of kids, we think they're resilient and very bendable, but they do get injured. They do, I mean, there are things that you have to consider when they're getting involved in different activities and sports, right?
Absolutely. Especially, we see a lot of overuse injuries in the spring season.
Yeah.
Baseball, track. So a lot of it's overuse.
And is that, I mean, I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, but there are so many practices and so much happening, more games being added. Is it because that they're almost doing too much of it?
Yeah, we see some of that, especially with baseball, where players might play on multiple teams. So
Right.
they could be playing over the summer on the rec team, then they play on their travel team.
Right.
So if you're a pitcher, you might pitch on Sunday with your travel team, and then you show up Monday at your rec team, your coach might ask you to pitch again. So having conversations with the coaches and the athletes.
Yeah.
And it's all coming after a winter where we all, hibernated. So the muscles need to warm up again. I know mine do. But if someone isn't familiar with what athletic trainers do, what would you say if someone was to call you and say, I need help? What's the first step?
So it depends. So with an athletic trainer at a contracted site, so we contract to high schools, colleges, professional teams, different organizations. So you would start by talking with your athletic trainer, explaining what happened. We can do a comprehensive evaluation and then determine if it's something that we would recommend stretching, strengthening, rehabilitation, or is it something a little bit more significant in which we might want to refer to one of our primary care physicians or one of our physical therapists. So it depends on the injury, the severity, if it's overuse, if it's an acute injury. So we would have to dig into it a little bit more.
Well, let's just talk about this time of year. So you mentioned, Jesse, baseball. So we know that there's a lot of baseball and softball starting up. We also have soccer teams that are coming together. But we also have people who are out there maybe training for the marathon or just getting out for good walks or runs. What are some of the common injuries you see this time of year?
I think baseball and softball, even volleyball, it's boys volleyball season, shoulder injuries. So something you can do, it's called a thrower's 10. Look it up online. There's a lot of pictures and instructions how to do it. It's 10 exercises that help strengthen and condition your shoulder, elbow, and wrist, and that alone could help prevent shoulder injuries.
Okay.
For the running athlete, for the track, ease into things. Don't not run at all and then suddenly go out for the track team, and then you're going to do a lot of running and overuse. And there's something called delayed onset muscle soreness we see a lot now. That could just be 1, 2, 3 days later you have pain. Just know your body, know the difference between pain and injury.
I did the track team 1 year, and I remember we had to do the frog jump.
I need footage.
I'm telling you, I've never been so sore in my entire life, and I was 14 years old.
We get a little competitive here, and we're in the middle of a fitness challenge. The other day I did lunges. For the first time in, I don't know, a decade, I felt it for a week, and that was the exact thing. I was like, you knew you were doing this. Be an adult and do a little stretch before you do it.
I ran 10 miles on the treadmill, felt fine this weekend. Yesterday in the yard, I sprinted to chase my dog and pulled a hamstring.
Oh, that's it.
I didn't warm up.
It's always the dog's fault.
As we get older, I think especially when we're talking about younger kids too, how do you know if it's something that you need to see somebody or if it's something that their body is going to bounce back from?
That's a good question. Again, it's knowing your body. There is a difference between injury and soreness.
Right.
If you can't bear weight, if you're limping and you can't walk, or there's obvious swelling or lack of range of motion, that'd be a time you might.
That's definitely give you guys a call.
If something wakes you up at night with pain, that's another indicator.
Yeah.
So
If you guys-
my lunge
so
was
easy,
not.
so easy just to give you guys a call because you're right in our
I
backyard.
know.
It's
Thank you for
perfect.
that, for
Yeah.
making it so easy. Yeah.
If you're interested in learning more about athletic training services at UPMC, maybe you need some help with your lunges. We'll have more information on our website at kdqa.com/talkpittsburgh. It's all about the stretching, Cal.
It really is. I got to keep that in mind. We